Hi guys, good morning. How's it going? Happy, what is it, Tuesday. I feel really bad because yesterday I did not even post my vlog. Cheers to you. And yes, this cup is as big as my face. That's the way I like it. Anyway, I have a lot to tell you guys, and I have a call in, what time is it? I have a call in 20 minutes, so a couple of things. I wanted to let you know that I did go to the, let's see, I think the last time I shot my vlog was right before I was going to the doctor on Friday. Is that when I went to the doctor? Anyway, went to the doctor. She did a bunch of tests on my shoulder to kind of see, you know, where I was hurting, what movement I could do until it hurt. And then she said, you know, it could be tendonitis, it could be just an inflammation, whatever. So she said, what are you taking for it? I'm like, I'm not taking anything for it. I mean, as you guys can see, when I'm standing here, there's me on my tiptoes. Just what I do. I'm not walking around in pain or agony. I certainly, people text me, ignore me. Sorry. I'm not walking around in agony. In fact, even when it hurts, it's not like stabbing, annoying pain. I would say, yeah, it's more along the annoying. Like, you know something's wrong, you know it's not supposed to feel that way, and it is uncomfortable to do certain moves. So she did some tests, and then she asked what I was taking, and I'm like, I'm not taking anything. So she prescribed, I'm on naproxen, which I have to take twice a day. I kind of like, I'm not like that kind of person. I don't like to take pain medicine. I don't take pain medicine when Aunt Flo comes into town. I just, you know, I'm kind of like, I just endure it. But she said I should take that and then go to physical therapy. So I went to my first physical therapy session yesterday, and seriously, people? Anyway, went to my first physical therapy session yesterday, and it was very cool, because I just find everything that physical therapists do, and by the way, sorry, I'm eating my Coach's Oats as I'm talking. I find it so interesting because I went there, you know, and I'm telling her like what's bothering me, how I noticed it. She's asking me all these questions, and then the tests that she ran to kind of see, you know, I could say my shoulder's hurting, right? But we all know, and I'm going to show you in this very cool book that I bought before that. And I was interested in this for many reasons, in buying these yoga books, because, as you know, I really love yoga. Can't go to yoga for another 2 weeks probably. But I was really interested in, you know, paying attention to when you're doing what pose, what's it working, and what you're stretching and what you're, I mean, it's amazing. The body is amazing. But I went through here because a lot of you guys have been asking what part of my shoulder is it? Is it the rotator cuff, whatever? So after she did these tests, she thinks that let me see if I can point to this. See up here? Number 16 and number 17, which is the teres minor, teres major. The more that she did tests, you know, at first she thought it was going to be the rotator cuff, but when she did all the poking and prodding and like nailing, or it felt like she was kind of nailing it, it was more in the back that the pain was coming, and the more that she did tests, as far as like when I put my hands out here, it's not hurting. When I go back here, that's when it starts to hurt. So the more, see, I can feel it. It's back there. So she did all these really, I find this so interesting, the test she did. First, I laid down on the, is that right? Lay down, lie down. Lay down. Sorry, I'm making sure I'm using the right tense. Lay down, and I had to take my arm. I'm going to do it with this arm so I don't hurt, but hand straight, and then I had to take my arm with the palm up and go as far back until it really hurt. And then she was kind of, you know, she was measuring that, like how far of the range of motion until it hurt. And then we did just a bunch of tests, and she was able, you know, and then she was kind of like, you know, like really pushing into the back and seeing where it hurt. And she's like, does that hurt? And I'm like, no, actually it feels like a really good deep tissue massage. Can I just stay here all day? And so then we kind of determined where it was, and she came up with the moves that we're going to do, which I'm also going to practice at home. And then we did an ultrasound, which I'm like, I am not having a baby. But apparently an ultrasound is also, I got to make sure I eat so I can take my pills. For those of you that don't know, like I didn't know, I thought an ultrasound was for just having a baby. It's when you're not having a baby, you do the they take this like probe thing and they put it on where your pain is, and it's, you know, I don't know, sending light or vibrations or whatever to the muscle to, like, I don't know if it's loosening it up. I don't really know what it's doing. It's just doing something. But she spent a lot of time like massaging that, and then we did these moves. And so these are my moves that I have to do with a stick, okay? And one of them was really interesting because I have to take, let's see, which is this one. I take my hand up like this, okay? Can you see? And I have this hand like this. So you have your hand up straight and you start down at the bottom, and I'm using my right. This is so cool, you guys, because if you try, I'm sure this could be just a stretch at home. I take this and I push it. I'm using this hand down on the bottom to push it all the way up, and then I'm going down all the way down. So do that, and then there's like 3 other stretches that I'm doing. You know, we've all seen this one. Sorry. We've all seen this shoulder stretch, right? We all do that, but at the end of this, I mean, that's where I'm really stretching and pulling. And then this is kind of like a workout move a lot of us are doing with weights, right? You know, over the back, that's going to work your traps. I mean, in a way, this is, you know, that the muscle that we're working is in the back. So a lot of this, but it was just really interesting. It was kind of hard for me to sit there and do this stuff slow with a bar that's very light. But the more that I paid attention and went slow, I could tell that it was stretching this out. So I have to go back today. I had to go back 2 times. I had to do the 2 yesterday. I have to go 4 times a week, this week and next week. I had no idea. I thought it was going to be like once a week. But she told me that we should be like remarkably better. I think she said she wanted to do 3 weeks, but the week after next is when I'm on the road trip tour. So she's going to have to maybe even squeeze me in more before the road trip tour. So she thinks I should be remarkably better by then. Sorry about that. Did you guys notice that when I eat, I don't like put my mouth on the spoon? I only do my teeth, and it can annoy some people, but I don't know why I eat that way. Just one of those things. Coach's oats. So anyway, the bummer thing about my shoulder is, you know, it's definitely, it's not tendonitis, or she's saying she doesn't think it's tendonitis. Like, if it doesn't get better, then she says she'll think it's tendonitis, and then we do something more extreme, like put me to sleep or something. Just kidding. See how I'm resting? That's what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to not be, she said anytime that I'm walking around that I can rest my arm on something as opposed to just having it hang. That's taking away some of the pressure. But I asked her, I said, you know, what can I do for my workouts? And I said, I'm just kind of focusing on kickboxing and plyometrics and running. And I said, I seem to be fine doing my Taibo today, because I did my Taibo before I went over there. And, you know, it was okay for me to do punches, right? So I asked her, I go, is that okay? She goes, you need to not do the punches. And I'm like, but it didn't hurt me. She said, the more that you use it, even if it's like in a supporting muscle, I don't know if I'm saying it the way that she said it, if I'm using my arms and I'm using that muscle, I'm not giving it a chance to rest and let the inflammation go away. So for the time being, when I do my workouts, I can't do, I mean, obviously my arms are going to move, but I need to really almost like tie my arms together. She's like, don't do punching, don't do, and then I asked about yoga. I said, can I go to yoga? My call's coming up. And she said, well, you know, if you want to go to yoga and you know that you can go through the workout and not do certain moves, then that's fine. And then if it's in the heat, if it's the, you know, the hot yoga, that could probably, you know, loosen up your muscles a lot. And I'm kind of torn on going to yoga or not, because I want to go to yoga, you guys. But hello, like I asked her, I said, do you want me to do, you know, push-ups? Can I do plank? Can I do this, you know, where my hands are on the floor? It doesn't hurt me. And she's just like, the more she's saying, number one, I didn't realize that in maybe 2 or 3 weeks I could be better, which is good. But if preventing, what's going to prevent me from getting better is pushing it by using my arm, then I'd rather not use my arm. I'd rather not go to hot yoga for another 2 to 3 weeks if it means that I'll be better, and then I can avoid doing this in the future. So I'm thinking that I shouldn't go, because think of all the moves in hot yoga, you know, when you're doing warrior, and I'm going to try to not, you know, and you've got your, I'll just put the front arm. When you're doing warrior, when you have your hands up, when you're in downward dog, a lot of that for doing the leaves outside of my house right when I'm talking. Doesn't he know I'm trying to vlog? Can you hear that? These leaf, what's the word I'm looking for? Leaf blowing people. They're out like crazy right now. Anyway, I gotta take my first pill. So I'm thinking that maybe just, I gotta suck it up. You know, it's not like, oh, my muscles are gonna die or anything. I'm very antsy. I'm feeling like I really wanna go to hot yoga, but I also don't feel like dealing with this in January. You know, I mean, I want it gone. I'm so annoyed already. I haven't worked out my upper body in it's already been at least a month. Anyway, so that's that. I'm gonna finish my workout, excuse me, I'm gonna finish my oatmeal and my protein shake. Here's the thing too, little summary from last week. I did go tanning once, so I'm getting a little bit more color. Last week, very excited, you know, aside from this little gift that keeps on giving right now. Last week was a really good week. I worked out 6 days. You know, it wasn't like I did 6 days of 800 calorie burn. That's not my focus. My focus is on consistency in this, my first 21-day challenge. So I did it the 6 days. As you can see, I'm in my workout clothes now. I have a call at 10. I'm going to work out after that. I would have loved to do my workout before my 10 o'clock call, but I was working last night until probably 11. I'm so swamped right now, I can't even see straight. I mean, I know I've been saying that for a while, but closing up the details for this road trip tour is going to make me have gray hair. As a reminder, I need to schedule a hair appointment. Anyway, so I'm going to do my workout tonight, or excuse me, after my call at 10. And my eating has been good, pretty, I was going to say very, very good. I'd say very good for the most part. You know, there still are a couple days where I'm screwing up is not really in eating. You know, I mean, I'm not going out and like eating muffins or eating bad stuff or anything like that. I think my main thing that I need to fix or focus on is just consistency in my eating. Again, it's the whole consistency factor of, you know, some days like yesterday, I'm trying to think. I went to therapy in the morning, then they called me back, and then I had to stop by my friend's house, and it's like 1 or 2 o'clock, and I realized I hadn't had, I'm trying to think, I think I just had oatmeal and coffee for breakfast, so I hadn't eaten since 8, and it was like 2 o'clock, and so I had a quick turkey sandwich. That's the kind of thing that I'm doing that is like, that's not ideal, you know, I should have done a little bit more. With my schedule the way it is, that's the kind of stuff that I want to get better at, is being a little bit more proactive, having snacks that I've packed if I'm going to physical therapy and I know I'm going to be gone for 3 hours, that, you know, I have a protein shake with me, I have, you know, whatever it is, a banana and some peanut butter, something so that I'm eating what's good instead of going, well, you know, I'm just here, what's the best thing? Okay, I'll have a turkey sandwich, and having decisions like that are just like kind of knee-jerk, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not eating, I'm not going over really. I've been checking my calories on fitday.com to make sure, and most days I think I'm right around, you know, my 1500, 1600. I definitely, shoot, I should have weighed myself this morning. I need to weigh myself. I definitely feel like I see, honestly, and I thought this might sound crazy because it's just 1 week. I felt like even in 1 week last week, I was looking in the mirror saying, I've lost weight. So I feel really good. I'm not putting a crazy timeline on things. I'm very excited that I've gotten the consistency back. And let's just make this week a great week. So it's Tuesday. I did do my workout yesterday. I told you that. God, I'm at 15 minutes. I gotta stop. You guys have a good rest of the week. I'll talk to you tomorrow.